Khenpo Rinpoche, venerable monks, and everybody else, a very warm welcome to this talk organised by the Cambridge University Buddhist Society. It is a true privilege to be able to listen to Khenpo Sodaji Rinpoche speaking this evening. He is one of the most eminent teachers of the Buddha Dharma in China and becoming increasingly known in the West as well. He had a thorough and deep training in Tibetan Buddhist theory and practices, so he had the traditional Tibetan Buddhist training for a monk. And since then, he's devoted himself for the last 30 years to making the Buddha Dharma accessible to as many people as possible in a form that enabled lay people as well as monks to have a really thorough Buddhist education. If you were watching the video earlier, Khenpo Rinpoche is the senior teacher at Larongga Five Sciences Buddhist Institute, Buddhist Academy, and he's using the internet and increasingly making contact in the West. He's visited many universities in the West in order to, I think, get us to engage with this extraordinary set of teachings. So he comes from a deeply traditional Tibetan Buddhist background, but he's very involved in integrating traditional Buddhist practices with the problems of the modern world. And he's also very interested and engaged in integrating what could be taken as a contemplative tradition with action out there in the world. He's founded a charity to support education, to support nursing care. He stresses the importance of compassion and looking after the poor, not just sitting on the cushion and practicing for ourselves. And in the case of Cambridge, yes, this is a place of great privilege, but it is also, as many of you here will know, a place where there is also a lot of suffering. Suffering that comes from modern lifestyle, suffering that just comes from being human beings. And what the Buddha Dharma has to offer all of us is some sort of way of finding healing for that suffering. So very much in the spirit of Khenpo Rinpoche's wish to help all of us find our own way, that he's going to give a talk tonight on the Buddha's path in practice, an end in itself or a means to a better world.
Lopchandani tani ne nangtanga chutsoko tani tsokso tani letna marna yongda te maimbagan tani girgan tani lopchok tsamadam nyam de ndostavi tani skachapsha jidang lojon shiji korko shongala nga rangoni nyang takpa gapchochi.
Tonight, to have this opportunity to come here, to give a teaching, also have this opportunity to learn from you, from the members of the Cambridge Students Buddhist Society and teachers, everybody who has come here tonight. Khenpo wants to extend a very heartfelt thanks.
자버드 로깃니 요니 길근 데 랍트 총아 콩남바 몽보 쳐요레 달로 응츠온데 탈란 쇼네요 로깃 그 데니 랍트 총아 몽보당 냠더 로종시기다 데니 롤란시기 고르고 여보쇼요 시집 다 춘데 있나 데니 로기 그 추즈다 샹기 그 추, 데니 오기 그 추, 다 남박 섬거는가 산집 존던데 그 출력 참만디 오늘에 데나 다 때랑 데니 닝운이 있나가 저 오기 그 나왔던 출력 바래 데니 때랑 로기 그다 때랑 추적 그 속조야 만보즈도 데니 로기 그 나왔던 출력 아닌 사례 데니나 ngetsonyo nyamdam thandrur gurguni tani chama rolan shikyo ndoyo chi kyatam phobajire.
And looking around the audience, I'm particularly glad to see so many ordained members of the Theravada tradition in the audience. This year in Thailand, we had a conference and I had an excellent opportunity to engage in discussion and exchange with members of the Theravada, the southern tradition. In general, we speak of the southern tradition, the northern tradition, the Tibetan tradition. In any case, they're all part of the Buddha Dharma. And I'm really grateful to have this opportunity, and I hope that we can engage with each other in a very united way.
Tani ngala samsir kare yore jana 다 디럽 니시바 디럽 니시바는 tani jarkaptar jarkap ko parnayan 주 단 추글롱 몽어 맨축 몽어 요치 디럽즈레 tani 다지 출력 바른섬이 있나라 만난커그양 타츠 타장 몽보 요사가 디럽즈레 다 tani 디럽 니르치 바네송 tani 때 잠즈 마요 바가 tani jarkap bar 있나라가 출력 bar 있나라가 харшугда нөшуг мөг варная тани та дамчанг дирозейда цама панцэн нямда жера чи тамзу ё цитир мөсөр жанзг сонёре.
So I guess to sort of start off with my thoughts about the 20th century, which is one that was characterized by a great deal of conflict, a great deal of struggles between different peoples, between different religious sects or religious traditions. It was in general a century of great violence. We've now arrived in the 21st century, and in some sense we can see that it has been a time where there has been an opportunity for greater communication and collaboration and cooperation in many fronts.
Ndi kapsina tani pena sharshuk ngatu mambo jiga tani nabshuk ta ngubo yarge ya chimbu songyoni tani chanrig lakhsar chanrig shisha ndzo tamchat flojong shi dana tani rangrang sosun choi nangda pechchu sheyang shegonre karsan derang sharsho eshiya ga yakap mambo jiga nabshuk chanrig delateni tani yarge phasum soba rodan rojin bare 대당 라와고 ngatu nopshugna yoni tani ji shion ba nan raga loma nan raga sina yang ngatu sharshug bana tani sharshug ta sanglu parmjur sanglu tani shion yang samgi meche baza nani tawar de hagonre ndotso yang chet de la songeda flojong shi jizgina chigde sharnam nyamjer yong jizda nis wanadang tangrap 안나당 니가 냠저 용지 단 데라 녜테나 구바 쳔부 득삼
어디 탐보지를
харшук 엄마 제가 넙쇼고 차릭 시릭 로종로 되는 넙쇼고 엄마 탐짓 샤르크 다리 출르다 르니 안나다 땅거 되는 카르납다 나당니가 탄선 로종다 르라시니가 구반도
So we can see that over the past century and in recent times, using scientific methods that were first developed in the West, people in Eastern countries have been able to improve their material standard of living in certainly in very discernible ways. At the same time, however, the West is also learning from the knowledge traditions, the very amazing knowledge traditions of the East. And so it's my sincere hope, in fact, that people from both parts of the world and can learn from the benefit of each other's traditions.
다 때는 아주 냠더 드니 까차샤기 능동 소더 나와 상지비 출루 접설라 때네 더가 마오와 다 라니 그 저데 라나메 파르테르나레다 드니 지 신속 초더 드님 지르득담비 마오 달람 양탁바즈 춘레즈기 단 디르던거 드니 참말라 냐지 도르 디바찬즈 지르기인.
So, in terms of the topic for tonight's teaching, I'm going to be addressing the practice of the Buddha's teachings and whether, in fact, they are a means to gain advancements in a personal practice or whether they are a means for achieving benefit in the wider world.
실 상기가 출력제란데요. 땅 인군이나 루몽즈가 드네 짐직다 로종 갈라칸섬 시용래 대인디 니 따츠르즈라 가르즈나 따나 상기가 출력제긴데 베야 체와다 땅 자파 덴자바즈리 대인디 쿠 점제의 다 측직다 니고 지다 진동 촌고나 대 하장 가변에 시켜와즈리
치즈리?
다 측뇽뇽즈 그거 산디가 잡기가 죽음 제ben데 잠판 주치제단 랑거 내가 냠섬 뇽치제르고나 더 측뇽시즈 그거 베 갈리카본두.
So I've been engaged in the investigation and the study of Buddhism for a very long time, and in my opinion, when we look at the question of what the Buddha Dharma is and what the Buddhist tradition is, that it is in fact extremely vast, and it's quite difficult to put into a few words what its essence is.
옛날에 tene 추가 다돈도 냠슬랑디 tene 충가리가 나나 남지가 내금나 라니가 타라 양답바 톱니 타라 양답바 톱니 tene 고비야 양서 뇽버 지네 다 뇽모와다 등을 짱메피 tene 담 냥을렌데 바제르고난 자가 데스타비 제베 톱기오 떠요 딱가로 몽우즈 그랑아 데스타고 니르고네레지 텐자양 손사요레.
Of course, it is said that the purpose of practice in the Buddhist tradition is to obtain liberation, is to eradicate one's afflictions, and to pass beyond this existence and abide in the state of nirvana.
양 충가리 그감나 제부터 톱송디 제부터 톱냈더니 딱 베르나 다리가 샘친 그돈 접기워 산기 그 꼬마토 쏘나야 다른 몸터네 되네 샘친 그돈 접기워 ndokzo 옛날에제 때려 쏘요래.
According to other ways of saying it, or to other voices of the tradition, after one has obtained Buddhahood, one should exert oneself to the benefit of other beings and dedicate oneself primarily to these tasks.
베나 데 자파추 럼보체 제게도 보고 타거에 나페 냥어바 그바 쳔보즈레 다 콩이 나길로 직get네 다리 겟다나 직get 겟치 캬글로 와르다 다리가 지그니 디모고 라마 짝천즈레 콩고 손이 다 셰슌고 군름 그갑나 저송르잖아 산기 돕기원데야 대 무연 타르트바 마레제 산기 돕네 지실 건전 후 잔돈 잔로아 샘전 담제고 돈 줍기고 단 득조레 제야 베 사로 군에 송레.
In the words of Palchu Rinpoche, who was an extremely renowned master from the Tibetan tradition who lived in the 19th century, he said in reference to the objectives of Buddhahood that obtaining Buddhahood is not, he said very clearly, it's not to obtain Buddhahood as an objective or a means in itself, but rather to use one's Buddhahood for the benefit of other sentient beings.
때런다네 girgangare yang songondo huerna ta chu zigide ngoma kasang tereng ge roa ge matamche ge nat serer shiji nat serze ge tene pena man tabare zendo ta uni che ngasu chu nangdon mashi badana chula chargi mebaina kayo mare tenda kemalin na ya ta na uni ge che chundela jimjig shena da chunde 냠슬레는 젠디 맞추 머라나 소수 샘컴나 판톡 야침보 요기요래.
Tonight when I met earlier with Dr. Rachel, she likened the Buddha Dharma to an extremely healing medicine for many people in today's age. This is very, very much the case. Of course, to people who don't have an understanding of the contents of the teachings or don't have a great familiarity, then, well, it's difficult to say. But to people who commit themselves to understanding the teachings and to practicing the teachings, the benefit can be very, very great indeed.
다 랑아 지금 냠레 시사가 추 샘는 거 낫다 등을 세시 그때 다 추징매나 가성되는 거 신속도 촉직내 되나 배 공부 빠르용 열기 되니 추로근 직전이나 자 코리기 난자 건거 타는 뒤로 가마다 잡들시니나 로미 로지타나 되니 배 만자바가 열기 퍼섬 소바 쇼요기 뒤수 된자가 되요래 양 촉직내 되네나 ngasu ruwa maga tene nang semgi dungmar nang semgi nazik dele jang chabram phaba dik hajan cheba dungmar chi ragba tendabe ne sikero.
On the one hand, we can say that the current age that we live in is certainly unprecedented in terms of the degree of development of external material conditions. At the same time, it is also one where probably we are at a point of unprecedented suffering as well.
가리제나 가선대랑 다 당선거 뒤촌데라 때니 코리거 때니 코리 막족스 기르네 다 가국이 양다바 메바다나 대비전도는 지금 코리그 야금도 추나나야 다 멘추 만보 용에다 되네 뭐 탐칠라 된적 메바다 되니 나추 에시아라 소바가 양 야금 만보고 제릭 자마다는 디초양 다지 초르된 약보 메니 제릭양 자모라나 빼 만자 만보 따르게 요지 니츠
And all kinds of incidents transpire around us, every day, all the time, whether it be stories of environmental destruction, of pollution, of wars between countries, or as in Asia, particularly in China these days, there's a great deal of worry and concern about food safety, for instance.
Perimsona de shinia jarkurtavina ta lo ngani tag war de janchigi yongre tan de janchig yurum chod ta parchir mo mbum khsam da chigchi yarmar tene tari chechok zamet songeda shetsariore.
If we take a look at the Syria conflict, for example, over the past 5 years, approximately 300 people have lost their lives, 300,000 people have lost their lives.
다들이 회남물동 시친 시와 직zam즈 때네 다른 잔치그 코리그 쳤더나 등을 쌈기면 개밤 용신 요바다 양다 시와 다 시친 직zam즈그 때네 쳤소 지게 yarmarda 다 yarkim medener sabshuk soso capturean rogoyore 양 쳤소 지게 쳤소 지게 yarmar즈 때네 그런 거 사차나 때네 교사 르나면 득사 이나메디 다 랑거 yarkib나 타나 kim상내사야 메디 덴지 빼 만제다리 교육내스 게려요.
And upwards of 1 million people have been rendered displaced through this conflict too. So there are approximately 600,000 people within the country's borders who now don't have homes, and another 400,000 people who are refugees in bordering countries.
다 당래 상로 당딩군이 나총 주암 참마더 길득 찍바 상로 찍바 연거요래 예요래다 이나야 다 자급 라라 나한테 때다가 멘측 잡침보 쇼용디 되네 베나 유럽 그 자급 안선네나 되네 자급 모즈그 다 잡주란도 또 땅는 책이요래 인지네나 간제엔 초랑수 시기래.
So even though, we are all human beings, we are the same in this respect, we're the same in our thoughts, etc. Certainly our circumstances are different depending on where we come from. In some countries there are wars, and then there are countries in Europe, for example, that are on the receiving end of the refugee situation. And as for the response in England to that, I'm sure you're all sure.
가스타리 nga 데 잡주로 안 가래 건 소화가 초다 냠지 렌용아 당 오늘 전에 그런 하장 조보래 드네 다나 런거 도사가 니양메데 첨상이면이 멋지가 된다 조르거나 가수 추근나 런글이라 빼롱네 잔랑 노파 마시지제 베나 랑아 빼롱에 잔거 초라데 간레레 저런 거 또송래 드네 다 닝운이 나 체남발라 지 잡주로가 타가 레와지 왕차요 말이다 이나야 가수 다 로미 링가레라 테스타비 등은 정디 상록동 고사스 랩상고요.
And I would urge everybody to really think about what it's like, what the plight of people in a situation in the situation of being a refugee is like, having no safety, no home, having one's immediate existence at threat. Of course, I'm not in a position to make any requests of anybody, but I think this is something that we should definitely cast our minds to and try to empathize with.
디 샤완도 수타네 나 가수 랍도 총아이나 드네 스크 타네 장 왕차다 된다 요 말이다. 옛나양 셈 그다네 자모롱도네 서간당 강이나 가수 상록던 거요.
So even though we might not have any particular power or capacity to do much, nevertheless, we certainly need to really think about this.
가레가 손로도나 다 자와 랍도 총아 짜메차 너수 드네 곰바 트럭프 드네 다 르서 띠르남스 드네 다 코론조 주반양르시 유직능 마토 되면 신속고 초다 드네 다 말의 용의 시한도 소줍교원도 추양다 말의 썸다 된자 공큰이야 요나타.
And in terms of being a monk, being an ordained person, whether or not these outside things are things that we should think about, maybe some people are of the view that the role or the proper role of an ordained person is to reside in their monastic institution, practicing the Dharma according to tradition, and in fact involving oneself or concerning oneself too much with things taking place on the outside world is not appropriate.
다티 다리 공도 집았다래 랍도 총아이 난자가 드네 추박 잠바가 겸바초이 난자가 나추 랭긴 요바치레제나 라니 긍요거 드네 조아 무조 시사가 드네 코리거 드네 뭐 탐체게 난자가 드네 리거 등월 셈거 등월 너수 세리 다다 좀바 쉬지도 네 되나 나추 뭐 참아가 드네 저드 메피 랭겐 But
in my opinion, actually, as an ordained person, and in fact, regardless of whether one is ordained or whether one is a lay person, as a Buddhist, it is really a fundamental responsibility for us to be very concerned about the situation of sentient beings in the environment around us.
신속원에 처리나 가성대랑 드니 지금 네처 삽친 배 뭔가 요거 잔측 마임바 배나가서 샘는 거 단 나즈 르둥을 너초인나 잠물렁을 땅나 네 총사즈 그잖아 다 동체르그나 다 동체르그나 있나 드니 냠저 야속 초르텐 레칸 다 냠저 야속나 다림 초르텐 그 초바요라 다 코층 그제니나 드니 단 잠물렁 뭐 탐치 소브르 쉐키 그 드니 락차 위와 너 동체르그나 인세레 다티 루르가 감나 드니 단 잠물렁 뭐 탐치 소식 그 드니 락차 안 땅오도 냥가 나트 아니바도 동체르그나 긴세 세요레
So the various challenges that we face in the world obviously are not restricted simply to conflicts. In terms of physical suffering and mental suffering, you know, one thing or maybe one small area or not so small would be that of depression. The WHO has claimed that over the last 5 years, that they have predicted that within the next 20 years, the second major cause of illness in the world will be depression, the first being heart disease.
다 때랑 네 담보 동체르가 나때 디즈죠. 되니 콤바요나 양이 같이 잠바지요.
So tonight I'd like to say a few things about depression, and then if there's time permitting at the end, then maybe I'll talk about a few other things too.
가르제난데 인지롱바가 왕도 시나야 다 파르칠 뉴 야차니 시사직 텔라다리 동체르가 나요너를 젠도.
And the reason that I'd like to talk about depression is that I have heard that in England, 26% of the population suffer from depression.
당이 가선데랑데 인기력이 약금나 녀다 시친 다 찍다 하고서 여러와 단드 야찬이 시사지가 수이 결혼데 파르칠 시친 찍다 더 시총 찍이야만 대인디 파르칠 다 뉴지가 나나다리 동서 그나트 찍이요차 양초그 송도다 대인디 대랑 아춘디 나나야 당상 흑사르지 너소 된니나 오늘 동서 그난 몸몸 버처도 요사 몸보 요시체.
So England, a country with a population of more than 60 million people, if 26% of this population suffers from depression, then that means that approximately 16 million people are suffering from depression. So 1 in every 4 people.
회나 다니르동 주줄로그 야나까 데 오종쇼 오종구쇼가 마마 차버 디르갑나 다니 가선데는 야나나양 다뭐 시친 그 대연초다 다 동식 또 니동 주저글로레 파르치 다 니동 정하글로 달로네 동식식 연초 뭐요시체 네가마르디 니동 주저레 다된디 회나 야는 그 동철 근무 동철 요차 근무 대소 시기로나 단다나 이탈리에 때네 흔한데 때네 다리 응소 인지를 야르고 숨 금을에 양 우가르와즈다 카르데르 야능나요 요체이다 jonshuk ikchachakrka naxsaru sheoga.
And in terms of these statistics in China, it's also extremely serious. According to an official count from 2014, it was claimed that 90 million people in China suffer from depression. So, you know, that's the equivalent of a combination of Holland, maybe France and Australia combined together. That many people in China are suffering from depression. Holland, Austria, and England. Yes, all of these countries, their population combined, that many people.
체르드나 땅에 셔동거 내 동서즈기도 나가만이 요바지레 홀나 로르지 땅선로다나 더니 다 차릭바 첨부 뉴든 더니 에이스탄 다 콩라소바 베나 아메리게 전전 로스포즈기는다 더니 지지르즈기는다 데르나바 양타렌도 요즈이다나 익차몽부는 셰요레.
So depression is an illness that has existed in the past. It's said that many famous people, including Einstein, Newton, Roosevelt in the States, Churchill in England, all suffered from depression.
Tele mambo jigda yang tongtsir gna ka shiwa yang shewa re khurna zomba bo chakchen tene gyamso tang gambo ger zomba bo tene hawi mendana devjin dana ngotsu yalisto de kongso innina ta hawi min ranga ranga tare bugu gye sanare tene yalisto indrzina koram chonang am chonare tatte maimbaga 그러나 시틀 인더즈나 양 그런 거 공화 뜨글려 되다가 더 흔으리 반고 인더즈나 양 동서가 나거는 랑가랑 보고기에 다 시와 데라 속바가 그 동서가 나다 때네다는 랑수 겨도 양 치만보요래.
It's also said that a great number of literary and artistic figures have suffered from depression, and many have even committed suicide as a result of their depression. These people including authors such as Hemingway, philosophers such as Aristotle, and even political figures such as Hitler.
실나 네 동서가 난그 파르체르다리 섬착직 장즈 라랑 소소 다 랑소시죠 대시게요래 다 당상 잠불는 거 완도시나 로레진데 머철 야탄바 되네 동서가 날라테네 랑거랑 다리 랑소시게 요래.
It's said that a third of people who suffer from depression will take their lives, and indeed every year in the world today there are 10 million people who do commit suicide.
동서가 나트 치모즈긴레잖아 항아마 네 폴로이다 좀바 보적천 다 콩거 되니 냥한다 동서지비 때비지 그럽나 동서제제도 쉬 바로 그 직된 때라 모바짱 매바당 랑거 초아때라 이챈네 등거지 용서 저와 되니 띠떡버진다 랑거랑 소프르시스톰삼 다 랑든 직된 감나다나 돈덕 지양 마카 삼기 뜰다비가 묵스르 셈기 나타버jan지 연저래.
Freud, in his work Mourning and Melancholy, described depression as an illness where one loses one's desire for the outside world. One loses all interest, in fact, in the outside world. One loses one's hope in oneself, and in general becomes extremely despondent and afflicted by ennui.
야 뭔가를 그 회나 때랑 니마 마시려 남시 마요디 셈직 마르티노 nga tongtsir gu naya ku sam ko na yang gare ga zam war da the da ji zagmi byawe de sem marti de cheronde yang rang nga ji tongtsir gu na ku ya ku sam na yang gare ga ji 총 byawe 총 lamro yog bo me di tene yang ji sem marti di de so tongtsir sam da na samtsir yosare da de mare da 티 동철근나 그 우어도 가르잖아 티 떡버 진다 다 그런 직된디 다 어떤 거 단나 드니 돈덕 마크스에 랑거랑아 예차바다 랑거랑아 보바메바 다 띠다비 셈즈이래.
Of course, some people might claim when they are feeling in general down for various reasons in life, maybe their business isn't going well or they're having some other kind of life problem, that they're feeling depressed. Well, this kind of, feeling of being depressed is not what we're referring to by depression. Clearly, depression is a more serious state where one's hope is extinguished, one feels very despondent, and one has very little confidence.
당 닝운이 낭운이 저 동철근 난데라 할레바가双路 동거요 동급이 염선대요 땅아 떡버드 드니 갸는컴마 다나 대정 아초 보여나이나 다 동철제기 타니대요 사로 요거 말에 당상 살고 소요래 대마또 지 시급고 많잖나 뭐뭐보지 그 동철 그 나궁우의 무슨가요 말에 대전도 다치베양 치는 말에 디즈 지금 용시신을 연래 이나요 다 자노가 로총단을 개바 배 망보고 잡나더니 동서가 나빠진다 배 망보요 건데 다 코줄 셈그 등거다나 랑거 다리가 니처차가 셔디 결혼디 당아 배 셈농라 다리가 더니 등거 전부 좀 정도 대인이나 다 루망보 지기네단 니타다 그 샘커다나 런거 임직심용.
So depression is something that I've paid a lot of attention to and have done research into for many years now. The reason being that I've encountered so many people, particularly young people, but also older people in China, who are experiencing and have experienced great suffering in this regard. Depression as a word, a term, didn't exist in Tibetan. It's a new word that has been invented in recent times. The condition of depression obviously therefore wasn't something that was particularly widespread, but certainly in my experience in China, witnessing the great mental suffering of so many people and having contact with that, this is something that, I've really regard extremely serious, and for this reason have dedicated quite a lot of effort into coming to understand this illness.
다 나때 줄고니나 나때 주버시키 그 탑대 가르제나 shirtong ko ndela tangsang semkong rigbangare ko ndok nonshik zire sem yang phangay dana tena nonshik me pa zona chok zo yore yang tangsang mambangare ko the sem der lungi to kum jongwa zire ne tendi sem da chbo yong jo won ramji ji da man thongya dana tenja yang dare ngok tabnere tenja se yore.
In terms of treating this disease, there are different approaches. Psychologists may have different ways of attempting to treat the condition in terms of achieving states of mind. Doctors, at the same time, through their interventions, can attempt to control the symptoms of depression.
옛날에 다당상 회난 납쇼거만 가린 통디 teni mande chat songdi mande mandongdi yang dari semkum mabde yongre ta yena mande la tani doshok niba verna dari sem rnarda ne matap kyodan ranga dari alapa la sokba ga libola ono pa yonna dejind tam chammo nin mo kuma la sokba nin mo khugyo de la sokba ga teni doshok niba moz gore deina ta mandonggi de yang tab chig re dana de dari tab yakshude mare.
So while taking medicine may be one means of going about addressing depression, it's certainly not the best one. Clearly, when one stops taking meditation, the symptoms are still there. On the other hand, there are also all kinds of negative side effects associated with depression medication. So it's not the best means of treating depression that we have available to us.
출리라 따빠 요난자 맨난자 소지 상등군야 동인군야 더마인 바가 흥악도 이제다 잠판거 샤워 접교 너추 문이 장네 그거 딱 가요로 그 나때라다리 판바요지다 나때야를 쫙 탑교고 되니 니 있나 그 초와 그 냠용스르고난 자가 니 다리 럭링 것도 없고 그 체르남발라 ngochu 디바지.
Myself, as a Buddhist teacher, I have had experience in witnessing the great success of Buddhist methods in addressing depression. These including meditation, emptiness meditation, mindfulness meditation, the recitation of mantra, practice, helping altruistic engagement. I have had experience of all of these methods being extremely effective in treating depression.
다 도머데 상통고야 상통고야데 나가츠 출근나나 때 남만이 요인데 당상 롭자 몽보지가 상네 잠바니 저거 상통데 탑거 너지 디츠 통통즈 그런 거 레세근데 그다나 임바샤나 베르나 디럽 갸피르갑나 갸치 침보 지발레 균지그갑나 척송원제나 근니 잠비 탁바이 샘기 란친 랍다나 샘기 란친 땀다나 직바 탐치 맹게르장 대와 말이 락도 톱제이다 딱 ngamagne 베르나 샘도 람보치 따바즈레 되니 잠바 땡아 수다리 잠바도 tene takbar tabazere alambo chendo takbar tabjona kan rotum na mare tiawada ngachu chambi go ge semdo sara ndere semdo sara korjiz inina toga da jiteng ge kam gon jigba da na tamchit mara jinjo tene dewa da gawa chuwa doso tamchit yang ramji mambat mambat jind yam jongyo zeidana pe saru songyore.
So in recent times, there is a lot of discussion and a lot of enthusiasm for the meditation practice of mindfulness. This is something that has, though, always existed in the Buddhist tradition. In the great 8th century text, The Way of a Bodhisattva, there's a verse that says, "But if the elephant is firmly bound by the rope of mindfulness on every side, all fears will vanish and everything constructive will come into my hands." And so this verse is really likening the various afflictive thoughts of the mind to an elephant, and the mindfulness meditation method as the reins that bring this elephant under control. And when this is done, then positive mental experiences such as happiness, pleasure, etc., they are able to arise more readily.
Chamba nirjak gomdide sem lakteida. Tani sem jang momu binga tsechida nyambarja. Tir genda nandi ngamo yang tani nyambarja. Napti nyarandi yang nyambarja. Genda sowi chodna sem de lodambang. Sem de chamba da shijengger gone. Rangi rangla yinrang da tagaida. Tate 지금 야르 참 돈본즈이나 다른 때라 함통다나 대전다나 지금 직된린 대비 냠작 장내 모여래다 대점 마시나요 그러나 뜻다위 있는 거 당선 롭자 몸보즈나 되네 상동 공교원도 배 만져 가르침 보즈래.
So this kind of meditation where we focus single-pointedly and are able to abide in this state, and in general with the various things that arise in our life, to be able to deal with them in this way is in fact a very important kind of meditation.
샤밥 제베다는 또 상통 검스럭 찍어래. 대치레제나 잠바니어를 잡아 주. 리 잠바니어를 잡아. 소라 잠바니어를 잡아. 셈 잠바니어를 잡아. 추 잠바니어를 잡아지. 다 잠바니어를 잡아 주고 공래.
So mindfulness meditation is one very useful practice. Another meditation practice that has great relevance to depression is contemplative meditation. So where we can talk about the 4 applications of mindfulness, contemplating the body, the emotions, the mind, and phenomena.
베나 리잠바 니어르정바이나 데니 렁글 린더 답시조거 뻑바 데니 하 차 리바 강 데라 소바 럼바 젠더 타게티로니나 데니 신능 와르섬 골리 에다가 스토르먼 강당 강나인나라 ngoma인고나 짱마 딱바 데 타비랑 젠저 라고 마라 ngasu mojang ge roda mojang ge khari chirona o tanda zuhazre kha nikhazre makhazre ze be zuba zukje gatsra dedang jawa jang ge ngasu ligum thoma warsa ma tage chirona tani ji makhsang ram jan janzga ngusinina degyang ligin zamba de jarjor.
So by contemplating the contemplation on the body, our clinging and our grasping to our physical forms can be lessened as we step by step, piece by piece, analyze each part of our body, from our skin to our bones, our blood, our organs, etc. And we come to a realization of its impure nature. This actually helps us in lessening our grasping to it.
네 초라 등으로 와서이 다 초라 있나 대화당 등을 당님스 역섬요래 레다나 내급근 초라 대화 잠 요나야 남지가 내급나 탐치보 머딱이라면서 잔자 머딱와 인저런 인저와 탐치 등으로 와서이 다 초라 강당 강 있나라는 남지가 내급나 다 머딱와다 등을 이라면서 잔 마토제면 딱바 대화 겐 잡아서 요금에 놓아 대라 양 고아께 탑래.
And in terms of meditating on our emotions, this enables us to realize their impermanent nature, that there is happiness and that there is sadness, that they are essentially always changing. Anything that is changing is suffering. And so this kind of contemplation enables us to lessen our grasping towards emotions.
Tani sim jamba nyor jabate tanga su sim de la ji ndamra mo na ton char na ton ndamra yore reyan rigba ga toge chirondi mawa martieva dana deban gak charwa tarta te yang kajik chawa ga ani yang da xia de chiriona tani kajik chawa te yang rangjin ji chbaz mare tendi tarti sim te yang ani yang da toge chirondi tiksum dan charwa tila mapteni sim me ka tiksum zende ki da drop tak zmakto menu te ngishi yang da parti yon.
And by contemplating or practicing the application of mindfulness in respect of our minds, in general, our minds are full of discursive thoughts of all kinds of nature, but by focusing on the current moment and nothing else, not the past and the future, then we can come to an understanding about the nature of our mind and not cling to ideas of its essential permanence or inherent existence.
Tani chu nga sun jikten ga kamna shirur go nguboda nang go ngubo tani yodo jok tamche daftaga cheryongni na tani tomba ni yimba da dagme pa yimba tere.
And the contemplation regarding phenomena encourages us to develop a realization of the empty and selfless nature of phenomena.
Jamba ni yor jabando loje ge chugur kamna ya yore nge tari jamba ni jo jze ge de kurang zu dan jang de we de gergen solo zhidong.
Of course, these 4 applications of mindfulness are in the southern tradition as well. I'm sure you know about them, yeah? Yeah.
Jang de we.
Have you learned about the 4 applications of mindfulness? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Foundation of mindfulness.
Yes. So tamashi. Kutsoshi.
Jang de we. Nando chikbarendo da.
Is the content the same as what Khenpo has just explained?
It's Chittanupassana and about mind, and Dhammanupassana is the worldly phenomena, and Kayanupassana about body, and the other one, Vedananupassana about feeling.
Yeah, chikpare.
Oh. Ya. Ta chen namba tani thare gum gurwa. Te nguni te gum na tarnga yana ranga chi semkham ga na te so yona men ro adang karte taga yo karte men na mao ne kam na sem te na te so ngongu yong re.
By engaging in this kind of meditation practice, it really does have the capacity to heal mental afflictions, heal mental illness, and for people who may not, in fact, have or feel themselves to be mentally afflicted or to suffer from a mental illness, by engaging in meditation is actually a very good preventative measure for future mental illness.
돈다가 니바다 tani ngama tani woma kamna dagmen dan roar namjur chudan kanza yever namni songzai tani roa semchin de churi shetana chu dagme paji bazda kanza ka dagme pa jidana dagme ni songre khzu ngasu khasa derin ga ta nat parchewaz de sim go vdak de la hajang tambur zan bad vdak de hajang toga tan zamba chimboshi chabrdo nafshoko mo so yena tene ji rang de ji nyang top chewo dana rang de tambur zamba rang tam chagzon tenjaga ndashi ji chap chimbon riore tan dela tuni kirong tene ya nan ramra shong kirongina su tir nyembo to seru shekide dagme namba nim gomjo ndakar chimbore.
And then the second Buddhist measure that can be very, very effective is selflessness. It was said by Chandrakirti that the Buddha taught two kinds of selflessness of the person and selflessness of the phenomena, so that beings may obtain liberation. In actual fact, a lot of mental illness that is suffered by people today is related to a very strong sense of self and a very strong sense of clinging and grasping to self. Maybe this is particularly strong among people in the West. In any case, meditation on selflessness, the two kinds of selflessness, is very important in this context.
Tani shngak kyabar janzi donjir lak tani ti shngak telak tani nyemba telak tani nguni chane ga mambo ji ga ta tongsir ga na ta ngi nguni na ta mangak zo tani tongsir ga na sirje perna ngala nga shiu mamba mare ta na nang sem ga ta ka mamba ze jana ngarang ga rangtu cham ta ngarjer cham maim ba ga tani mambo ji ga ta tongsir ga na te tani chak sangwi chani na tinja lab jana ya teji topa zgdana teji droptak zgda man samgyo ngarang la ichi yo.
And then the third measure that I would like to share with you tonight is a mantra that is very effective in addressing depression, one that I have had a great deal of personal success with, actually, in helping other people to overcome their depression. While I may not be a doctor of the body, I have, without any sense of pride or arrogance, have had great success in helping many people overcome depression through this method. So I would, in fact, refer to it as my main pith instruction.
Tanginguni de tandi sangngang de la chong ranginguni yang nyamlin yin rungu bar de shiniyin cherezena nga chirgo yachi kyavgillo rapto shongni lo shimir kaptena tani sacha jambazaga chuchushadan jodi tani ta lamgum khambur dazirze zir gomba nane khongrin jasonga khong yagarne ngare tani khong yagarne ondi ngala 이게 칸돈 덤바 주전소 디 덤바도 잠바 총에 지금 당일 쉬게 말하다 디는 거 이게 덴마크 찍도 따따와도 그게 그거 런거 연동 거 연동 거 잡도 zonje 다 키르남빈 가레가 처음 맞던 수인한데 옛매치네요 다 그거 처단이 있는데라 지금 산로렉다네다 그따리 언덩이 문이 응요니 처즈래 데니나 디 이게 데만드 땅 아담 냠도 물론 니시담바 nga sonararan lida mamjre daga dingi jindan changye songnin.
And this mantra, this tantric mantra, was actually given to me in 1986. It's one that I have practiced for almost 30 years now. Back then I was on my way to a teaching in a monastery, and on the way I met with Khenpo Deza, who had actually returned from India, and he gave me this instruction manual or practice manual, and I have one page of it here, and I really feel that it has extraordinary efficacy, and I've experienced this and have continued its practice over almost 30 years.
다 가마가 나랑이나 시각 담보매 지레제나 지 가상의 롭자 가만에 주자니엔 담보 지 만바의 삼는더니 기르긴의 삼는 시각 잠바가 있긴 라테는 기르로아진 근데 지마 단디노나 뭐 산기 모여와지 오늘에 다 산기 모여와도 런거 샘지 게로하다 샘기 등을 모아서 세르제 쉬어요래 다 띠인디 지망인디 이게 때니다나 당 오늘 나랑 거 삼나요 샤와 강다 강점나 지 유튜브 담보 되니 샤와 다리가 고요르나오 ngoyor denraz lechak moyen denina de ngiren ge na ta cheren ge yi cheren chi ma che yong ga ta yang ngiren ge na de ji niba chimbo da shenlup chimbo zar sa ge yo.
To begin with, I wouldn't describe myself as someone who was unmovable in my personality. I went through many phases of wanting to be a doctor, wanting to be a teacher, and etc. But really from the point in time that I began to do this practice and chant this mantra of the Akshobhya Buddha, the immovable one, I really discovered that my undertakings, my endeavors and my aspirations became solid, became stable, and I have great belief. I don't know whether or not, in fact, you do, you might or you might not, but I really feel that this mantra is one that has great power and also great power of blessing.
다데나 지마 디 흥각다나 이게 지외온 말에 그 임접주 온도 때니 지 측직네 범그 야르마토나 때니 나랑 딱하니 뭐몽보지가 지 뭐몽보즈가 던자제 마음요 옛날에 니 게르게 때니 지가 다 코랑 안바 나고 때제니나 다 춘디 범 흑직 야르마톤조 제 때니 뭐몽보즈도 때니 다리 적송 저런 강타리야나 노바요지 말했삼고 출리가 잠바츠이나 냠슬랑네나 허랑 아주 흠만이나 흠만도 출릭 답바 요메 단텐자 말해 ngakni badeyo janjare dela ji 출릭 잠바다나 답바 요메 그 쳐버지 말해 dela 니바 쳐버 janzo데 msi 냠슬랑나요 다리 총제 데나 그 넘바 촐라 때랑에 무슬 그 지킨 모즈가 그 따가 처럼이다 대랑인디 흥각도 다리 쳐남바 말아 그 지금 돈지네 되네 제남바 곰크요나라랑 급지잖아 되네 지마 잠바가 춘예즈난 된다면 요네나 코랑라 다리가 테스타원 동갑지나 냔제.
So this mantra, in fact, doesn't have many words. It has, in fact, only 10 syllables. It's not one that I've, taught or before lots and lots of people, but certainly on an individual basis over time I've really shared it with a lot of people, and they've really had enjoyed great success from it. I don't feel it's one that you necessarily have to have religious faith in order to derive efficacy from, in the same way that medicine can be beneficial to people regardless of whether they have a particular belief or not. I feel that this mantra has efficacy in and of itself. So if you have the need, feel free to write it down, and in the future if you encounter someone who would be in need of it or who would benefit from it, feel free to share it with them.
단데 옴잔자 마하로카나 홍팟 오야 옴잔자 마하로카나 홍팟 옴잔자 마하로카나 홍팟 단데 다리 그러나 랑커 랑거지가 납독다 된다지 말에 맞총 보그 사차나 다래가 드니 다 하정 괴바 진보 좀 펌거 공거 측송을 주잖아 단디 흥각도 란 지금 돈게서 있나 더건 잠보는 걸 하다 흘러다 노진 라소바 탐치 다리가 노바 탐치 저런지로 송어래.
The efficacy of this mantra is not something that I'm making up myself. I should add here that I forgot to add before that Khenpo would advise somebody who would like to recite this mantra to recite it 10 times or even upwards of to 100,000 of times for benefit. In any case, the great efficacy, potency of this mantra was described by the great Tibetan master Mipan Rinpoche, who described it as having the power to surmount all of the deities, nagas and spirits.
대전도 름느 탐sit 다리가 매버린 게 와다나 참미 비링알라 소바거 득바 탐sit 적버린 게 록송을.
The ability to even rectify or purify any of the 5 boundless actions that are undertaken.
네, 다지 지르기 왕작 그 나츠 르카 감접니나 출락되니 르카 접고 ndso tamchit yang tagbaran jibji dana devjin da da datang warchil la soba ga tani kangi kyang matsige dana tetak tamchit daga tandi ngak naptona chuligla tapa yonanja menanja tani rangla tertawi na yonanja menanja ngi nguni nanda hajang karchimbo garchagyo.
And in terms of the various activities and endeavors we engage in our everyday life, it gives us the ability to carry these out very effectively and smoothly, to overcome obstacles, to eradicate barriers. Regardless of whether we have religious faith or not, it's a mantra with great potency, whether we are afflicted with illness or whether we are not.
네 나추고 조바근디 대런 그 차트인데 조직 고직 잡직소래 더 잡직소니나 니 나추고 공바 나추고 다 런거 셈기 납주르시 지그 토모 마임비 망어 대다리 케르남바테랑 단다나 레디오 그 너쇼고 마이난자가 샤르쇼고 마이난자가 마총 청마라 셈기 난메사도 배 공부래 대인이나 참말아 다리 펌비체트 되는 아무스르거 더 버와인.
So tonight, because tonight's teaching was organized by the Buddhist Society here at Cambridge University, I wanted to share with you this profound teaching, a pith instruction. Today, people without mental afflictions are extremely few, and so I would, and I decided that I would like to share with this great teaching with everybody, regardless of whether they're from the East or from the West or wherever. It really does have great power.
네, 아무스르도 지고바지가 더가 돈다가니요. 돈다 찍더 맞춘 연등 그 소화가 쳤다. 맞세가 쳤다. 네처 강당 강쇼나. 대체 쇼난 자가 등으로 쇼난 자 더가 단 소위 여름 그 쳤다. 네처 강라 특나. 아더니 점바 침보 머직기다나. 당 아주 멋지지긴데 지 대체 단 등으로니가 라마리다. 아주 사차 mambo나 카호에서 거너래 라리 잡나 터지 찌찌 잡나 드그레제 네 멋세제도 답변나 람 톰보즈가 야르 jar나 양 마라 터즈 바브란제 양 더가 탕즈가 하라 손디 양 라즈간 고르고나 아주 랑코리나 사차 소소소소 조고디 드니 람 잠자 몽원 조건도가 대당 잡아가 멋센데 양나 지 니마치그 베르나 다리스 다른 거 셈그 가만있나 ngatur dingmur shudro derkir yene shudro deva yene yam changgung oner kamna ya chora jamba yone ta tenjin jikten zire denena netser kanla thna ya chama ga yara ji semg stopshik kye dena daga net shawan de zo tamchida donlin shawan de zo tamchida danglin shi jo zomba shi jo na karchen bore.
The other thing that I would like to talk or to urge as extremely important in our lives, it's inevitable that we will confront all kinds of ups and downs. Moments of happiness, moments of unhappiness. We have a saying, an idiom in Tibetan, which says, after you go up a mountain, then you go down. After a moment of happiness, then there's sadness. This changeable nature is in fact the absolute reality of everyday lives, and it's very important that in the face of whatever we encounter, that we maintain a mind that is at ease.
Tani gendanga tarikondang jijire ta chulga lojong shije jemjig shijinde ta tirim yersik bala metumrong wazre cherezena ta chuga tani dame kertawa innan jaga stemjer kertawa innan jaga ndsoga swamlo tega matsu gendanga choatela pamba rja chimbo tokoyore.
The other thing is, particularly in the 21st century, the study and the research into Buddhism is absolutely indispensable, whether it be the view of selflessness or whether it be dependent origination. All of these views, these doctrines, are of direct and absolute relevance to our everyday lives.
가상한다나 제조인데 간프를 롭친네 타르신는 걸 로마 다 지금 그런 거 때문에 야채제와하고 교인지 그 헤르블레가 로종 책이요스 다 로종 신우 디 르하다 때문에 오늘 전에 그 그런 몸 살게요스 가리 점점 가리잖아 당아서 가르쇼고 뭐 디럽디럽다 가모지가 내까나 때문에 낭 샘기 어네처다 쉬르고 공부본도 졸라 딱신 된자스 더주산 배 얌선 지고제 오늘 전에 된다래 맞죠 쉬우부 원도시나 다 야가리 난자 보이리 난자 배 줘버래 레다 낭 샘기 야라 나트만 낭 샘데 야라 지 헤르 짤 파리오노 닝오네나 가르쇼되나 오늘 그 처음에 로정 시기잖아 배나 제체제와라가 교인직인 저잖아 다로 된자 몸보지근나 되니 그런 거 싸완데 말아 착도요 말아 맞죠 뭐는 바 롭자 첨보 롬구 통거 되니 샷좀 전에나 그런 맛이 공간에 종이 직된 감수 시차러라 더 대단 잡아서 많이 바가 좀 되라 좀 되라 차치요노도 맞죠 처음에 꼴고네
In particular, the Way of the Bodhisattva, written in the 8th century, this is something that everybody, particularly students engaged in their doctoral research or whatever it may be, should really read, and it contains such an amazing wisdom. In actual fact, I encountered a student who had actually graduated, and they remarked to me about just how amazing, in fact, they found this wisdom, even in general, even though we can say that in terms of the outer level of development, places like Tibet, etc., are, really quite poor, but the intense wisdom of, this text and others like it is insurpassable and very much worth the study and attention of everyone.
다땡에 산제바가 출을라 직체때야라 또 고야나라 된자 장매 가르제나 맞춰 점선단 담바야나 산제 출을 받텔라야나 운이 짠에 거바도나 쳐래 고아 거바도나데 거바데 다 돈토라 송요다 되니 차다단요네나 되니 출바가 껴이래 데 그런 거 땅도 말로나 그런 거 껴이래 되나 나랑 주이나 운이 지 산지비 출이나 다 잠바 쓰고 그런 데라 거바도나 거바데 달린 책이요래 데 거바데 똥초래 거바데 똥고래 맞죠 보규 나던 거 나나야나 빼 쪼바데 되니 로랑 탐치 거 나나 로종 탐치 거 나나 쪼바데 가르침 몰랐어래.
And in terms of, raising objections, engaging with the teachings critically, this is absolutely advisable. There is absolutely no problem whatsoever with objections being raised, and indeed they should. Within the Tibetan tradition, we regard debate and rational investigation as really being the crux of our study methodology.
돈더 타마더 나초 성마가 뜨니 잔라 판바가 샤와 줍진다 베나 지 게레가 타거 단 코리 종축고 샤와 인난자가 뜨니 나빠다는 잡주로와 단더 초라 지다레 르진던거 뜨니 판바 줍주고 차버더 라나 수승군이나 뜨니 지 파마 게코 더 초라 거르다 샹쭝 시주 하정까지 쳔보레 nga Europe ka sacha na yongde tene genko mombo go to ta koron chona pu go tanke me dena tene koron khsong re je go namtro mombo chor kand tenje ina nge tena nga su kharshuk su ina phama da girgen la chenlan je ida tene chen chenbo tamchi go na phama da girgen da chog yore tene lochong su ina na de la zheng zu che de yang pe da ri zomba ja chenbo she ge yore ta tenja zu go ni tene rangi phama da na 다 genkon도 수시사서 그 전조와 미르다나 던조그 참말라 지 라니 거에 그거는 샤와가 판바줍지 원데 가르쳐야래.
And then the final thing that I would like to stress is the absolute importance of doing things that benefit others, whether that be other human beings or other animals, whether it be work towards protection of the environment or towards helping ill people or refugees, whatever it may be. One thing in particular is the importance of looking after elderly family members. The Eastern tradition talks about the great debt of gratitude that younger people have to teachers and to parents. This is extremely important. However, in coming to Europe, Campbell has heard of many instances where many old people have essentially died in situations where they haven't had the care or attention of their children. So looking after one's parents and fulfilling these responsibilities is clearly an important thing to do.
Thank
Thank you very much.